Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Guys, I took a day trip to the USPTA World Conference, and I attended the Wilson Advisory Staff meeting. What did I learn? I'm going to share that with you. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so great group of people over at that USPTA conference. It was held at the Westgate Resort in Las Vegas. Great place to hold a convention, too. I've been there a few times for different conventions, and it's a nice open space. They have tennis courts and pickleball courts. A great place to, run a tennis conference. The USPTA conference is actually a place where all the tennis directors and head tennis pros of various resorts, clubs, and private facilities go down and basically learn and share from seminars of, best practices of how to teach and learn various things in order to make their, students better. So it's a great place that, it's just wonderful to connect with, other tennis professionals. So they do it once a year. This year it was in Vegas. Next year, I believe will be in New Orleans. I'm not 100% sure that will happen given the state of the flooding. But I think anybody can actually go and learn. You just buy a pass and you can go, pretty much any day that you would like, or you can just go through the whole thing. You don't have to be a teaching pro. So check it out. It's USPTA conference. Okay. All right. So I haven't attended a Wilson advisory staff meeting in a long time. Since they usually have it at this conference. They used to do a traveling one locally, but they haven't done that in a while given COVID. So a lot of interesting things that I learned from the guys at Wilson. So just a quick screenshot. There's my buddy Cy, who kind of ran the meeting with the rest of the Wilson staff there in that screenshot. So the one thing that we learned is that tennis, according to them, is up about 22%. So I've heard various ranges, anywhere from 22 to 40%. 22 is probably year over year is what I'm guessing, from 20 to 21. It's still climbing. So it could have been 40% from 19 to 20. But all we know is tennis is just busy. Right? September is the busiest month for pretty much most retailers and clubs, and stuff is just flying out the door, and which is actually causing a problem. The guys at Wilson basically started off by saying, "We understand there's a shortage." So they basically tried to put the kibosh on complaining and asking questions as to, "Where's my rackets? Where's my balls? Where's the rest of my crap?" And they were like, "We just told you in the beginning that we don't know," is basically what they say. So, but even though they tried to kind of head it at the pass, people still said, "Hey, when am I going to get this? Or what's the deal with that?" And they're like, "Didn't we say in the beginning that we don't have it and we don't know?" Well, that didn't stop them. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. I had to say that. What's up, Cy? Okay. Now, for Wilson, everything from strings to grips to rackets to even shoes has been up over 140%. Up over 140%. Yes, sales is killing it. They cannot supply us with stuff. We knew this. I've been warning you guys for like a year now. But now they've pretty much literally said, yeah, we really cannot support the supply chain right now, and it's just difficult. So, when you're like rolling like this, it's, everybody wishes they had the inventory at this point. Like from Luxilon strings, killing it, 150%. Rackets, close to 160%. Balls, man, right? 160%. It's just, they cannot make enough balls. By the way, there is a rubber shortage. So, you gonna put tires on your car? Or you gonna play tennis? Because hopefully there isn't a day that you have to choose one or the other. Because rubber is in short supply right now. Those of you who've been trying to look for tires and probably can't find your size because you drive some crazy exotic car with a strange size, that's your problem. That's why it took 6 months to get that tire for you. Okay? But those of you who drive regular cars might not have that problem. Okay, so tennis balls or tires, whatever. Anyways, so a couple things that I learned from Wilson. Actually, I'll start off. The blade introduction has been crazy. Like, I've literally sold out of 1619 already in a quarter, and I'm down to my last one in a 3/8. 1820 has been a bit slower, but still doing wonderfully. This launch has been huge. I only got half of my order. I'm sure everybody only got half of their order. The rest of the orders coming, I heard Thanksgiving. But great racket. So it's the best blade ever. The other thing I learned is Wilson blades are the #1 used racket on tour. And I remember like 10 years ago, it was the Prestige or something that looked like the Prestige, that T925, 2567, whatever you guys say it is. That's really not a Prestige, but looks like a Prestige. But now it is the blades. Blades kind of dominate the pro tour, and they kind of dominate the college tour too, or the college scene. It's pretty blade dominated. So congrats, Wilson, on that. Clash is still the #1 seller out there. I know there's some numbers that Clash is #1 or #2, but it goes back and forth. But Clash is still killing it. There will be a 2.0 iteration. They didn't mention it, but I think it's April. But that's been getting pushed back every few months too. Here's one thing before I get into pickle, and you guys may not want to hear about it anyways, about pickle. They have a green initiative, because all of those people were tennis pros. They were kind of pushing this Triniti ball. They've nixed the Ultra ball. There's an Ultra ball that was exclusively meant for teaching professionals. It was like a USPTA official teaching ball. That is no longer available, and they are pushing this Triniti. So there was a lot of questions regarding this Triniti ball. The pros were like, because of the price point, the pros are, remember I talked, tennis players are cheap. Well, pros are cheap too, because the more they spend on the balls, the less they get in their pocket. But we were trying to say that, let me just cut to the chase on this one. These balls will last longer than any ball out there. The felt is probably one of the best felts out there. The balls are compressed. There is air in this ball. The walls are thicker, therefore it lasts longer. The air is held in by those walls, therefore it doesn't need to be in a compressed can. There were people that, they had these kind of questions that I won't share with you. just so you guys know, I've had these people at the club buy a can of these balls. And they're proud enough to tell me, I've played 10 times with these already. Essentially 20 sets. They're handing me almost a balled ball, but the ball still bounces just as high as a brand new compressed ball. It's just naked now. It's like a naked mole rat tennis ball. But for teaching, for ball machines, this is great. I mean, we almost got this into a college tournament. It's just, it wasn't quite ready for it yet, but it's getting there. There will be a point in which these Triniti balls will be in tournaments. Mind that. It's kind of 10 years in the making, but there will be a day in which these balls will be in a tournament. All right. So, and it's called Triniti, not Infinity. Okay. Cause it could last forever, but I don't know what's going to look like in 10 years. Probably still bouncing. Okay. So enough about that. But for those of you who haven't tried it, get one. Now, as some of you know, like me about 4 months ago, I'm like, what the heck happened to this top? Well, what they're trying to do with the Green Initiative is this actually is some plastic. And if they could do this to, hundreds of thousands of these, they're kind of not wasting a ton of plastic. So that helps a little, but let me just crack open one of these rare Wilson balls right now for you. So check this out, guys. A couple of things I learned from my man Sai. So we know that this is all you need if you want to just restore your balls. Look, okay? They don't come out. They don't come out. But if you're like, maybe your 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, can help you pick up the balls afterwards. And they don't want to reach down all the way like an old man like me. You know what I'm saying? Or, make it fun for them. Check this out. I'm going to bring you over here. Come over. Check this out. See this opening? See this ball? What? You just got a free ball tube. Right? Your little kid can have fun picking up the balls. See, whoever said Wilson never gave you nothing. All right, so you get like 24 of these in a case, right? You got 24 free ball tubes. Check that out. So quickly, for those of you who put away your shuffleboard and decided to go to pickleball, Wilson has a nice new line of pickleball paddles now. So I feel like the cheaper ones are kind of easier to play with. The $79 ones like the Echo Team. Anything that says Team on it is going to be kind of on the lower price point stuff. And the regular name stuff like this Juice is going to be slightly on the higher end. So I feel that there's more power in these cheaper ones and definitely more control. And you can swing through a little bit more with these higher end ones. And is Elliot coming? I hear Elliot.
Good morning.
What's up, Elliot?
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a good Friday.
I know.
Here are some presents for you guys.
Thank you. How's your truckload looking?
It's looking all right, It's not too bad for a Friday.
You have an early day?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And it's Friday. You guys have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's see what we got here today. Looks like, speak of the devil, Wilson. This was definitely not planned. Let's see what we got. More blades. It's not Thanksgiving. I got more blades. What the heck? What kind of timing is that? I'm doing a freaking Wilson thing, and Wilson comes in, and we got Elliot in. Wow, must be a good day for Wilson today. The other box, Wilson. Yep, more Wilson. Wilson. Yeah, I feel like Tom Hanks today. More blades. Okay, and I know what that is. That's insoles. Wow. It doesn't get any better than this for Wilson, you know? I'm doing a Wilson presentation. Wilson, more racket. Wilson walks in as I was complaining about not getting rackets until Thanksgiving. Must be Christmas. Okay, anyways. Okay, so I was talking about pickle. Anything that says team, T-E-A-M, T-E-A-M, means that it's a price point racket and probably best for beginners. Okay, the only way I can categorize the rackets is because I'm not a pickleball aficionado. These are like hammers for those of you who is of age, you know, hyper hammer, regular hammer. And then these are like pro staffs. You got to swing a little harder with these because you're kind of more of an expert level. These are more kind of game improvement, easier to play with paddles. All right. So just quick notes about what I learned from Wilson is they, you know, aside from tennis, well, yeah. So they are now the official ball of the NBA, National Basketball Association. So no longer is it Spalding. They will be playing with Wilson balls in this upcoming NBA season. So they're dominating the ball world because they're the official ball of the NFL and they're official ball of the WNBA already. So they're dominating the ball world. They were in 2019 a conglomerate with Chip Wilson. Now owns stake or majority, if not the whole thing, of Wilson. For those of you who don't know who Chip Wilson is, he's Mr. Lululemon. So what he's going to do is kind of incorporate what Lulu has done to fitness. So the casual attire that you wear before tennis, during tennis, and then going out for a drink at the bar will all kind of be incorporated in their outfits. You will see that kind of luxury material softness that you can go before the court, on the court, and then maybe that cocktail after the court. So exciting times for Wilson. I hope that gave you a little bit of insight on the company and the present into the future and the exciting products. All right. Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.